Okay, I'm going to try to solve 2D. So here we go. So I can only travel, I'm going from point A in the top left to point B in the bottom right, and I can only travel south and east. So here we go. So there's my point A, there's my point B. I'm going to change the color. Alright. So what I want to do is figure out the number of ways I can get to each corner of each block. And remember, each corner is fed by one of the streets. So for example, I can get to this one only one way if I go straight east, and to this one only one way if I go straight south. Same thing with this one. I can only get there by going south, south. There's only one way to get to that corner. Same thing with this one on the right there, only one way. Let's keep going around that perimeter. So this will be 1 and this will be 1. Now, when we get into the corners that are kind of in the middle of the diagram, so for example this one, it's fed by these two corners, these two streets. And so I add the number of ways I could get to those two corners. So 1 plus 1 tells me that this must be 2. Okay, this one here is fed by this street and then by this street. There's 2 ways to get here, 1 way to get there, so in total there are 3 ways I could get there. In a similar way, this will be 4. Okay, and I can map out these routes. So for example, if I want to do the one that's 3, I could go east, east, south, or east, south, east, or I could have gone south, east, east, and there's the 3 ways I can get to that corner. Let's continue on. I'll try to go a little quicker. This will be 3. This will be 3 plus 3, 6. This will be 10. This one here will be 4. This one will be 10. Okay, right there. Now this one here is fed by these 2 streets, and there's 10 ways to get to that corner, 10 ways to get to that corner, so there are a total of 20 ways to get here. Now this is where it gets a little tricky because streets start falling off and the diagram gets kind of chopped up a bit. So let's talk about this one right here. This corner here is only fed by this street right here. I can only travel along this street. So which corner feeds into that one? It's this one with the 10. So there are only 10 ways then to get to this corner. Okay. Similarly, this far right one up here in that corner, this is the only street that feeds that one. And there were 20 ways to get to that corner, so there must be only 20 ways to get to this one. In the interior, this one is fed by these 2 corners, that's 30. This one, these 2 together, that one's 50. Okay. This one here is fed by only this one street, still 10. Same thing with this one all the way down the outside. Okay. This one here is fed by 2 streets, 30 ways to get there, 10 ways to get there, 40 in total. Okay. This one here down at the bottom is a 50. Okay. This one here, 90. Lastly, 90 plus 40 gives me the total number of ways to get to B, which is 140. And that's it. So all of the remainder of these obviously kind of follow the same sort of manner of doing them. I can try to do this tricky one, F, a little quickly. So let's just maybe do that one. So 1, 1, 2. This will be 1. Only one way to get there. Only one way to get there. One way to get here. One way to get here. This is 3 here. This will be 4. This will be 3. This will be 6. This one here will be 10. Okay. It gets a little tricky because this block is an irregular shape, but again, the same principle applies. How many ways can I get to this block, this corner here? Well, there's only one way because it's fed by this street here. So that's 1. Okay, so this one here is fed by these 2 streets. There's only 2 ways to get here, and again, you can trace them out. I can go east, 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 and then south, or I could go east, 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 south, then east. Those are the only 2 ways that I can get to this corner right here. Now, what about this one right here? Okay, that one right there. Well, it's fed by these 2 streets. this one, and then that one. 1 plus 6 tells me that must be 7. Okay, this one here, 9. Okay, so again, the way you want to do all of these is to always think of the number of ways you can feed the next corner. This one here is at 26. Okay, my pen died, so I'm trying to do this with the mouse, which is a little sloppier. Let's try. Okay, so this one here is fed by just this street, so that's only 10. This one here is at 27. This one here is only fed by this street, 10. This one here, only 10. Okay, this one here is 37 because it's fed by 2 streets, so 37. This one here, 47. This one here is only fed by this street. There were 26 ways to get to that corner, so there's only 26 ways to get there. This one here is fed by two streets. This one, I believe, which was the 27 and 26, this is getting really messy. I'm going to try to keep it a little neater. 53. 53 plus the 26 here gives me a total of 79 to there. This one here is only fed by this street, and that's 53 in here. And this one here, 79 plus 53, gives me 132. Okay, this one here is fed by only this street, that's 50. Oh, sorry, it's fed by 2 streets, those two. 53 plus 47 gives me exactly 100. 100 plus 132 is 232. I did that one really quickly, so I hope I did all my adding correctly. So that's F. Okay, so hopefully that helps.